Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is having a great day. If you are new, please subscribe. If you saw my last video, I wasn't doing so good, and I still am not. I just wanted to take time to let you guys know how I'm doing. Don't mind my hair. I haven't been able to get a haircut. For me, I don't like it like this. It's too long. Knowing how I always cut it. It's been quite a bit. I can't remember the last time I cut it. But I think the last time I got a haircut was in May. That was like a month ago. And yeah, I don't like it like this. But, I haven't been doing well. I haven't been wanting to, if I'm not with my family, I don't get the energy to go out and stuff. When I'm with my family, even though I know they may know that there's something wrong with me, but I pretend I'm doing fine. But I'm actually not. I'm better. I'm doing better though from the last video I had uploaded. It still hurts me not understanding why some of the stuff that happened to me, like I still question it, like, wow, like, did this really happen to me, But, life just keeps going. I haven't been doing anything the last, I don't know, few days, I did have a good time this weekend, though. This past weekend, I went to my cousin's house, got in the pool they have, have a great time with my cousins. I had a great time. It was a good distraction for me. I can say, like, I just ignored everything that was going on and just had a good time. Because, that's what, you only live once. You have a good time. Don't let anything that is going on with you guys that's not in a good situation ruin, how you lived your life. Just, it hurts, yeah, it does, but don't let it get to you. That's what I'm doing. I'm not letting it get to me, even though I still am hurt. Luckily, I've been able to find jobs. I've been able to find a job. I'll be starting them soon. I could have started it sooner, but I'm going on vacation for 4th of July. I'm going to go see my parents. I haven't seen them since November of last year. That's a lot. So I wanted to spend 4th of July weekend with them, get to see my parents and then my siblings, and all the dogs that we have. It's like they have a farm over there, but it's okay. So yeah, I start working when I come back, Better to start after vacation, when you're off, like after you have had a good time, because then it's back to work, but hey, I don't mind. I haven't been working for, I think it's almost gonna be a month already, and it's like killing me. I hate doing nothing. I get bored easily. I find, maybe because since I'm used to like working and stuff, and when it comes to where like I lose my job or something and it takes me a few weeks to find another one, I get bored. Like, I don't know how people that are still at home doing nothing can do that. Like, I get annoyed, but I give credit for whoever can stay home and not get bored. I like being outdoors. It's one of the things I like doing, exploring new things, but it's also hard to do when you are unemployed. Because you're over here trying to like minimize and like use your money wisely, what you have left, so, well, I don't have anything left, but it's okay. When I come back, I'll start work again. I'll get back on my feet. I'll get back on my feet and learn to save a lot better, because that's something hard for me to do. Like, doesn't anyone else find it hard sometimes to be able to put money in savings? You try so hard, but you just can't end up doing it, because something goes on. I find it a little bit difficult, but I think it's just because I like to, I don't know, I tend to spend on clothing, I buy a lot of clothes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I buy it, I wear it for like maybe 3 times, and then I never wear it. It just ends up behind my closet. But anyways, that's one of the something I'm doing to cut back on, because I do spend a lot on clothes. So yeah, I have had time to think about everything, like where in my life I end up where I am right now. Like, what did I do to end up being in the situation I'm in? Like, was it something I did? Was it decisions that I made poorly that ended up with the consequences that I had? Or, I don't know. I still have, until this day, I have this question in my head. I'm like, is it me doing something wrong that I don't know because I'm being myself? Is it the other people that don't understand me, and they find it, they end up finding the easy way out and just, stop talking to me because they don't understand why I'm like how I am? And honestly, sometimes I don't even know who I am sometimes. I'm like, is this really me? Like, or like, I don't know. But I find myself, as I look back into my life I've lost a lot of people the exact same way because of my attitude. And honestly, I am no one to judge anyone. There are some people that don't like being with people because they have a very bad attitude and they just can't handle people like that. But at one point or another, everyone has a bad attitude. Or they have something going on that another person don't like. And I find that people that don't like that, they just like, make themselves the victim and have you be the one that, is the bad person just because you act a certain way. And like I said in my last video, if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. I had mentioned that I've always had trouble with my attitude. I've always had a bad attitude, and I honestly don't know where it came from. And I'm trying to still understand that part of me, because I literally would get mad like out of nowhere, and I don't even know why. Like, I'm just mad, and I don't understand the purpose of why I get like that. And it kind of like, it frustrates me not knowing why I get like that. And like, I've tried so many like different ways to be able to control it and like not let it out a lot. And some of the stuff I've tried has helped, but sometimes it doesn't help when I try and do it. And I think that's what, like, I don't know, I feel like when someone gets to meet me and like they get to know me, and then like, I don't know, like out of nowhere, without my intention doing it, I get like angry or something, they get like scared of me because they think, oh my god, what the, like, who is this person? It's not the person I met, And I understand that, because I used to not be social. I never would go up to someone and talk to them. But something that I learned, and this is something that I don't think I've ever mentioned in any of my videos, but before I moved out here where I'm living at, I used to take therapy. I had therapy for like a year and a half. for the same situation. My attitude, and I don't know how many of my family members actually know this about it, but I used to try, and I used to like try and hurt myself. Like, I would try and take my life away, like I would try and I had ideas of committing suicide in the when I was younger. And I think that's another reason why I got therapy too, because I started scaring some of my teachers. Like it was when I was in high school. I started wanting to kill myself. I didn't want to live anymore. Like, what's worth it? If I try hard to be like nice to people and stuff, but they just don't understand me just because I do something one time. I know it's something dumb. People are be like, why would you like want to kill yourself or something like that? But I didn't think at all. Like, I didn't have brain for anything. I just wanted to do it. There's so many times like I've cut myself and I have scars. They're not big cuts, but they're little cuts, because in some way I knew that wasn't a right thing to do. So I just stopped. And I think it was at a point where one of the teachers I had just couldn't figure out how to help me no more. So I kind of contacted my parents, and then my mom picked me up one day from school, and she took me to the doctor, and like to do a physical kind of check, and then they brought in one of their counselors they had there to talk to me, and I would go to her. I think I went to her once a week, and then she noticed that I needed it really bad because of what I would tell her. So they found counseling for me. I took therapy. And at first I'm like, this is so stupid. Why am I taking this, But as I kept going to her and I was telling her about like how I felt and stuff, I realized that I needed help. Like, I needed help, and I was worrying people because of what I would say. So I took therapy for like a year and a half before I came out here where I live at. And when I was taking therapy, it helped me a lot. It has helped me a lot. And I've thought about finding help, a therapist out here too. But I'm having difficulties looking for one that doesn't charge, like that I don't have to pay to go. But if I have to pay, well then I have no choice, because it did help me, and I've thought about looking for some help, because I feel like in some way it'll help me get back on track, maybe, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I took therapy. She taught me a lot of different skills of how to cope with controlling my anger, like she would teach me, like, if I get into an argument with someone, let's say, and I find myself getting angry, to just not say anything. Don't continue the just don't say anything. Because the more I would get, the more things that I would say that would probably hurt that person, or I don't know. But like, when I get angry, at that moment, I honestly don't care what I tell the person, if it hurts them, or, because, I'm not thinking of anything. I'm just blurting stuff out, and that's something I gotta not do, because I do it a lot. I think that's one of the big issues I have right now with myself, is being able to figure out how to not get angry so easily. Because honestly, sometimes I get mad and I honestly don't know why. And then when I'm calm down and I think back, I'm like, I start laughing because I'm like, why did I get mad? You know, like, what was the whole purpose of, you know? But yeah, I just find people having a hard time understanding me. You know, I'm not a bad person. I don't think I am. I talk to people. I'm friendly, you know. And like I said, I used to not do that. But I'm like if you want to meet people, you know, you got to talk to them. Don't be afraid, you know. So now I'm sociable. I find like and I know it's hard for some people to believe because, you know, I don't go and like walk up to people normally and talk to them. And like, you know, like it's hard because you don't know if they're going to like speak to you nicely or they're going to be like, dude, why are you talking to me, you know? But it's all right. I've been doing better. I'm not gonna lie and say that it doesn't hurt me still, but it does. It hurts. Like, it's like, but I feel like slowly I'm rebuilding my life. You know, like I'm working towards making my life better. Like moving up. You know, wanting something better for me, and that's what I want. You know, you only live once. I've noticed. And time doesn't come back. So you just gotta live your life and enjoy it because you just never know when God is ready to take you up there. Like, and I feel like I learned a little bit more about like valuing my life a little bit more, because honestly I take my life for granted. And well, I think most of us do. And I think we shouldn't do that because there are a lot more people that are worse than the situation I'm in or like in the situation you're in. So you just don't take your life for granted. From what people have told me that I've met, there's a lot of people. Honestly, I feel like I'm not actually talking to people when it comes to certain stuff like that, because it just doesn't feel like, I feel like I'm like talking to myself and other people are looking at me like, what is she doing, you know? But there was this point in my life before all this happened where I was coming out from, I forgot where I was at, and I was walking to my car, and this person came up to me that I've never seen before in my life. I've never seen this person. Came up to me, and I don't know how true this was, but I was like creeped out because I'm like, okay. But by just reading my palm, he was able to see that I was hurting inside in different ways. And that someone that I cared about is going through something similar or a lot worse. And I'm like, okay. At that time, there was only one person that I knew that has been going through a lot in her life because of what had happened to her. And I'm like, oh my God, how does he know? Like, and I never brought it up with this person. I never brought it up to him what she was going through. Like, he already knew, you know? And he told me that no matter what happens between me and her, not to distance myself. Until this day, I don't understand what that meant, because right now we're not talking because of a whole situation that happened. which eventually I'll tell you guys, but not right now. And I'm like, I keep seeing him randomly, like not in the same place, but like randomly. I don't know if it's like, I can't explain it, but it's so weird. Every time he talks to me, he tells me something different. Like, for you to understand who you are, you need certain people in your life. I'm like, to be able to find myself again, he said, you need certain people in your life. And I'm like, okay, I was confused, and I'm still confused. I don't know what he means, but I just listen to him. The only thing that does stand out to me that he told me is that whenever someone decides to leave, like, you, or like, I don't know, like, doesn't want to be a part of your life, is because that person honestly did not value anything. I don't know, he kind of worded out weird. I'm trying to word it out so everyone can understand, but I still don't understand. And like, I have friends right now. I have a few friends that when I talk with them, they like tell me some of their stories that they've been through, and they're all like, yeah, right now I'm down, I'm at, but it will get better. And I know it will get better, and I know as time goes by, I'm be meeting new people, but I feel, for me, that I'm not talking to this person anymore because I had to get away in some way. I had to step away from her to remind myself what I want in my life. Like, what do I want? And like, try and find who I am. Like, I feel like I'm lost in some way. Like, I don't know what I should do. And like, when I have talks with people, that they tell me, about their life stories and stuff, I feel like in some way they teach me a lesson that I gotta try and figure out what it is to use it in my life, Like, I can be a good listener. I can listen. It depends what it is, though. Because sometimes people can talk to me, and then, like, I, like, space out because I feel in some way I'm like, it's not important to me. But when it comes to, like, being there for my family or my friends, I would be there for them. I would, if they have something going on with them, I would listen. I won't judge them. I will listen. And if they ask me for my opinion, I'll give them my opinion. Like, I'll totally be honest. Because why would I lie? There's no reason for me to lie. Like, and I feel like some people see that in other people, that's their weakness, so they use it and try and, like, control them. And I don't know if it's control, but try and trick them that they care about them when they actually aren't, and they just want to see how far their kindness will go for them. And I think that's not right. Like, I will listen. Like, if I can do anything to help my family members or the people I consider my friends, if there's a way I can help them, I will help them. But not, but they can't take advantage of that, because then I'll be like, alright, they're using me, And it's just, no. I don't want to be used. I've been used a lot in the past, and I've learned from that. And every time now I meet someone new, I have a hard time trusting them. I still do. Like, I'll talk to them, but I have a hard time trusting them because of what has happened to me in the past, And I'll be telling more of who I am, my life, my past. But I just wanted to update you guys. I'm doing a lot better. It doesn't hurt as much as it did in the beginning. Still don't want to do anything when I'm by myself. But when I'm with my family, I let all that aside and I have a good time with them. Because, you just never know when something may happen, I just enjoy it, Life is too short. So enjoy it while it lasts. Because we don't know when we're going to be next. And I know that fact because it has happened to me 3 times where I've almost got into car accidents where I could have lose my life. And the one that was the worst was the last one I recently had happen to me. And it was kind of my fault. I should have realized this a lot earlier. But I didn't. I don't know what, But I had a problems with my brakes. I didn't know how bad they were until that thing happened. So, keep it short. I was going to the deal, like not the dealer. Tire, like, mechanic place, I don't know. It's not a dealer, but, for them to rotate and balance my tires, because it's been a while since I've done those. And I had asked them if they would charge extra for them to check what I needed to fix my brakes. So I went that day. I was driving. My brakes were fine until I was driving and I was going downhill. And all of a sudden, my brakes were not working. I'm like, oh my God. I started to panic. And I don't know, I don't think I ever told this to my family, but if I didn't, you'll find out. I started panicking because my brakes they were like, out. And I was going downhill and the light ahead was red. And I was panicking even more because I couldn't step on my brakes. They weren't working. And right there and then, I started saying, like, goodbye to my family. Like, I'm sorry, I love them, I was, we'll get, I was already, like, saying goodbye. Because it was still red. I'm like, I was like, oh my gosh. How am I going to stop my car? I'm going to, like, legit run the red light and crash into someone, And as I got closer, I'm like, panicking even more because there's, a semi-truck. They were turning. And I knew, I'm like, I'm going to hit that truck and that's the end of me. And, like, out of nowhere, I think it was, like, it was a miracle, or God was saying it's not time for me to go yet. I stepped on my brakes, like, really hard, and the car, like, it stopped. Something exploded, or, like, something popped, or whatever, but the car stopped. But it still wasn't, like, completely stopped, and the light turned green, so I let go of the brake. But the car was going slow enough that I was touching my brake, and I'm like, yeah, my brakes are gone. And when I got there, yeah, I blew out my brakes. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, you just never. When I got out of the car, I was all shaky. I was panicking. I was like, I literally thought I was never gonna see my family again. I legit thought I wasn't gonna see my family again. So I think that was a sign for me to, like, you know, wake up. You gotta make your life decisions differently. And I think that's what I'm gonna be doing now, going back, that life's too short. You gotta enjoy it while it lasts, because that I'd never want to go through something like that again. It was so scary. So yeah, don't take your life for granted, because I do it. Everyone does it, but I take my life for granted, and I shouldn't see it like that. I should appreciate what I have, who I have in my life, and be okay with it. And I am, you know. You can't do, you know, you just gotta live it day by day. So, yeah, I'm doing better. I've realized a lot more stuff that I need to fix within myself, you know, because you gotta fix, I don't know if you gotta fix yourself to be able to help others, or you gotta love yourself and put yourself first before you put others. But something like that I gotta do, because I would always put others first and then me. You know, I'm that kind of person right now. And I think I'm gonna not do that and work on me, work on myself of who I want to be. So that was like a little update for you guys. I know it wasn't too much. I didn't say too much about who, you know, but I will continue telling you guys a little bit more about me and like how I got in the spot I am in life. So just look out for new videos. I'll be taking a mini vacation, you know, so I won't be uploading anything until I come back. And have a great 4th of July. Have a good time spending it with your family, you know. I know I will. I'm be with my mom and dad, which I'm glad I'm able to go to them and see them. So, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.